Hello. Episode 237 of the Basement Tapes. John here. 1972. We're chugging along here in a series of sets that aren't your traditional baseball base sets, which warms my heart because it tells me, or it's self-affirmation, and I'm doing it the way I want to do it, which is to kind of include a lot of different things, whether it's for sports stuff, multi-port sports stuff, non-sports stuff, and all that. So I'm enjoying reviewing things and learning things about my collection here. 1972 is a year that we had Kellogg's baseball cards. So here's the 1972 Kellogg's set, woefully underrepresented in my collection. I have 8 cards, and oddly, 2 of them are of the same player. They're variations, so that's pretty lame on my part, if you ask me. But let's get over to Beckett, see what they have to say here. 75 cards total, according to them. $3.49 average value, $262 total value. Complete master set, $100 to $200. Complete set of 54, $60 to $120. So let's learn about this master set, maybe. The cards in this 54 card set measure approximately 2 1/8 by 3 1/4 inch. The dimensions of the cards in the 1972 Kellogg set were reduced in comparison to those in 1971 series. In addition, the length of the set was set at 54 cards rather than 75 of the previous year. The cards of this Kellogg set are characterized by the diagonal bands found on the obverse. Cards still found in the wrapper intact are valued 50% greater than the values listed below. Let's look at the top 3. See what old Beckett has to say about this, shall we? Willie Mays, an error. Willie Mays card is your number 1 ranked card. Tom Seaver, an error of that, is your number 2. And number 3 is the number 49, Roberto Clemente. And when I say error, I mean that there are some discrepancies on the back. And as I said previously, Kellogg's is famous for boogering up the back of the stats and vital statistics and all that stuff. Let's go over to TCDB. Similar to the 71. Let's see here. Let's see what the 71s. I recognize the blue. I recognize the blue, of course. And with the star there in 71, now it's the blue and white dots with the diagonal banners. The diagonal banners had the player's name and position on opposite sides and all that stuff. So let's get to the teams first before I dig in too much to this box of goodness. Atlanta Braves, Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, California Angels, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati Reds, Detroit Tigers, Houston Astros, Kansas City Royals, Los Angeles Dodgers, Milwaukee Brewers, Minnesota Twins, New York Mets, New York Yankees, Oakland Athletics, Philadelphia Phillies, Pittsburgh Pirates, San Diego Padres, San Francisco Giants, and St. Louis Cardinals. Rarely do I mention the formal names of these teams, so that was a good little trip back. Here are all the cards, the variations, the checklists, all that stuff. So again, lots of clerical errors or transpositional errors on these cards. Imagine if you were writing sheet music and you screwed up as much as Kellogg's did back then. Your song would sound a little bit different than its intention. So 42 records of that, which means 21 cards. 21 cards have variations. Now, what we find odd about it is it isn't as simple as something that carries over from card to card to card or printing series. It is all of the errors are unique to that particular player's card. Again, mostly statistical and biographical. So, I guess I guess it didn't matter. This stuff didn't matter. The facts didn't matter back then when all you wanted was cereal and cards. Hall of Famers, there are 22 of record. Truthfully, there are 11, right? So Seaver, McCovey, Jenkins, Torrey, Palmer, Jackson, Hunter, Oliva, Gibson, Williams, Marichal, Brock, Clemente, Stargell, and Mays. So a little bit more than 11 maybe, but not quite 22 when you count the variations. Here are the cereal boxes. Free 3D baseball card inside this package. Full color 3D picture card of a famous baseball star with his autograph and records, even though we screwed that part up. You get one free 3D baseball card in every specially marked package of Kellogg Sugar Pops and Cocoa Krispy cereal. Now we're talking, folks. The healthy foods like Raisin Bran are telling us to go over to other foods, where actually the Raisin Bran box says cornflakes and Raisin Bran. So anyway, sugary goodness here available at your. They brought the cards to you in this case, folks. Delivered them right to your kitchen table. And if you were like me, you probably ate the whole box in one sitting. I still do that to this day. Gallery here. Here are the cards again. The backs are a little easier to read than some of the other Kellogg's, but they're still very fine print, and it's difficult to, I guess, so that you didn't see all the errors on the backs of the cards. But anyway, same kind of white with a blue inside. I don't want to say bezel. I guess it's a matting with the white dots, same as the previous year. And we have, again, our name, our last name, and our position on separate bands across the front of the card. Amos Joseph Otis, Kansas City Royals. Position outfielder, bats right, throws right. Born April 26, 1947. Height 5'11.5". You're so close, dude. Weight 170. Hobbies include dancing and bowling. It's got the Royals logo back there. It's got the MLBPA logo and the MLB logo. It's officially authorized card, according to Kellogg's. Amos was the reason the Royals were the surprise club in the AL last year. He not only led that expansion team in batting, base hits, doubles, and RBIs, but paced the American League in stolen bases with 52. Otis, a member of the AL's All-Star squad in each of the last two seasons, is the man the Mets are still trying to forget. They had drafted him as a 19-year-old from the Red Sox, but then, to their regret, they traded him to Kansas City in an ill-fated Joe Foy deal after the 1969 season. Put in center field by the Royals, Otis, who invariably one hands off fly balls, began to justify the promise he'd shown as a minor leaguer in the Mets chain. A schoolboy grad star in his native Mobile, Amos, who averaged nearly 50 yards per kick, punted for a high school team that was unbeaten for 3 straight seasons. So it has a couple New York NL stats, a couple Kansas City AL stats, and then below that, his major league totals. And then below that, there's more. It's a baseball fact that among pitchers who have won 200 or more games in their career, Whitey Ford of the Yankees has the highest percentage, 690. Ford's 274 ERA is also tops for pitchers working 3,000 or more innings. Copyright 1972 Exographs. Copyright 1968 MLBP Association, or ASN, as they say, AS apostrophe N. Insignia TM of Major League Clubs, number 02 of 54. So this may be the best back of the Kellogg's run, because I can clearly read everything, even though the stats are misreported, false news. I can clearly read them out, and it makes me happy to be able to do so and report back to you folks. Blue Moon Odom there. I'm sorry, that's Vita Blue. Joe Torre. Merv Redmond makes an appearance on card 11. Bill Melton, card number 12. Jim Palmer, card 13. 14 is Doug Rader. Dave Roberts is 15, and so on and so on. So these are the 54 cards of the 1972 Kellogg's 3D Superstars. We are bracing ourselves for a long run of Kellogg's cards here, and it's all the empty calories that they bring with them. So that's Basement Tapes episode number 237.